Yeah. Good afternoon, all the guests, esteemed speakers, and all the visitors who have joined us on various platforms. So, I'm your host, Aman Agarwal, and I welcome you all on World Hospitality Expo 2022. All the visitors who have joined are waiting for this insightful session on contribution of chefs in sustainable business model, vision of the Doyens by Chef Table Studio panel discussion. I'll introduce all our speakers. We have our first speaker is Chef Jugesh Arora. He is a Golden Hat Award winning progressive culinary professional with over 25 years of experience in world class hotels and resorts. Chef Jugesh Arora has a unique creative flair and passion for food with a strong sense of business and interpersonal skills. Chef Jugesh Arora is certified food safety manager and president of Southern India Culinary Association. Mr. Samir Miglani, who is our next speaker, is the founder and managing director of HRM Solutions UAE, UK, Australia, and India. He is currently acting as managing partner for the firm. He has over 31 years of experience in hospitality industry. He has hosted various internationally known personalities such as Sachin Tendulkar, Adi Godrej, and the Ambani family during his leadership stint at Oberoi Hotels and Resorts. Our next speaker is Chef Varun Bajaj, who is the CEO and co-founder of Innovative Chefs Best Solutions. He has over 15 years of experience in cooking industry. He is the developer of the famous tandoor concept. He is continuously working to make India's kitchen best in terms of food and gastronomic experience. Our next speaker is Chef Ashish Basin. Chef Ashish Bachin is the director at F&B and Culinary, Leela Ambience Gurugram. He has over 27 years of experience in hospitality industry as a professional chef. Our next speaker is Chef Murugan Koppen. Chef Murugan Koppen is president of Mauritian Chef Association, a world chef certified master chef and executive chef at Chandrani Beachcomber, Mauritius. Chef Koppen has more than 28 years of experience in the hospitality industry working as executive chef, and he has a passion for training and has trained many young and talented chefs in his 28 years of experience. He has expertise in catering, menu engineering, F&B, hotel management, and menu development. And our last speaker for the day is Professor Rajiv Gulshan, who is the Dean of Le Cordon Bleu School of Hospitality and Tourism, GD Goenka University, Gurgaon. He has over 35 years of experience in hospitality industry and has worked as a chef and as a professor at various institutions and luxurious hotels and resorts across globe. Thank you all the esteemed speakers for taking out time and joining us. We said that we'll go ahead and see one of the best media which we have to play. Yeah, so through this video, we have understood our chefs don't only cook world-class cuisines, but are one of the best dancers too in the industry. So with that, I would hand over session to all of our esteemed speakers to take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal, for a fantastic introduction and giving us the right feel into what happened during pandemic and how the chefs have decided to come out of it. I would like Chef Arora to tell us a little bit more about this video to commence with what inspired you to have this video shot, and the number of people and number of chefs from all over the world. How did you manage to get everybody to contribute, and what are the motivation behind this particular video, Chef? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chef Rajiv. During pandemic, everybody was frustrated. It was so difficult for chefs to cope up. Most of our chefs or senior chefs, maybe junior chefs, they used to call us. They lost the jobs. They were at home. It's not only chef; the entire world was in trouble. But then, what we thought, let's keep chefs motivated. The chefs who doesn't have any work, they have some issues behind. So I called up several chefs around the world because luckily I know quite a few of them, and everybody said yes, it's a good idea, let's do some motivation thing. Definitely chefs are going to fight back, and they will again start cooking. So that was the coupon. One of chef coupon is around here when we discussed about that, and it came up well. And then my son Divesh has done the entire editing and other thing because he was into film industry. So he said, Papa, let's do something for chefs. And not there are few general managers also in the video. It's important. So all of them motivated the others, each another, and then we came up with this video. It's nothing.
It's an iconic.
I'm happy that most of us are again working now.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And I think it's an iconic video, and it also reflects on the spirit of being a chef and being able to support each other. And like I always say, there are no boundaries. I mean, we can cook in any part of the world and have friends and conversations because of the food that we cook. It's a fantastic effort. Well done. Now, Chef Arora, you have started cooking, I believe, in the Oberoi, Mumbai. And of course, we had the privilege of working together for a number of years. And that I'm talking of 35, 40 years back. And now you're an entrepreneur. You are also have your own restaurants and set up. Tell us a little bit about this journey and what are the different things which kept you motivated during this time? And what sustainable models do you believe you have on the way to this journey ignited and kept other people motivated? How did you manage to do that? Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef. Actually, I started my career with Oberoi Mumbai in '83. I think I was just 19 or 20 years old that time. And I was lucky enough to work under a great chef Sunil Chakravarti. He was the executive chef when I joined the hotel industry, and Mr. Anil Madhok was the general manager. And the standard and those days, what Oberoi kept high, I still feel very proud when I walk into any Oberoi's hotel in India. The standard which Oberoi maintain, I don't think any other hotel is still able to maintain those standards. So that's the reason even Oberoi has sustained even after so many international brands have come up in India. So hats off to Mr. Oberoi, who gave a great vision to the staff or the management working with Oberoi right from day one, and they are still in market as the top leaders. And I'm proud that I have worked in Oberoi for almost 16 years, and that gave me a good benchmark, which we set for. I have worked as executive chef in Meridian, I have worked in Hilton, I have worked in Hyatt, I have worked in many other properties. They start with big standards, but sometime in between they lack in standards. It's very, very sad to say, certain time it becomes difficult in other hotels to set certain benchmarks. But in Oberoi's, you walk into any Oberoi's hotel till date. I have left Oberoi's in '98, but still I feel when we walk into any Oberoi hotel, they have still kept the standard very, very high. And all the other hotels are still looking for those benchmarks. And even in India, when we travel to any other hotel, we see the top managements are mostly from ex-Oberoi's or ex-Taj. Especially the chefs. The food in Oberoi's was always of high standard. One thing I learned from that was the planning. They plan really well, their infrastructure and other things. They plan well, they maintain it well. Oberoi start their hotels with the best possible employees. They hire the best people because those are the people who keep the standards very high. So I have learned a great thing from them, that you need to keep your standards high. You need to keep your specifications, whatever goes. You cannot compromise on your specifications. That's the key to the success and sustainability. I worked in region Mumbai after Oberoi's. I worked there. I opened that hotel. Now it is Taj Lands and Bombay. When I have left Oberoi's in '98, I worked in region Mumbai for almost 3-4 years. Then I worked for Accor Group and then Meridian, Hyatt, then the other hotels. It's very important. Again, I say the employees who are working with you, they will keep your standard high. If you don't take care of your employees properly, they will be who will put you in trouble. So Oberoi's have taught me that thing, that you need to be very careful with your standard specifications, and your training is very important.
Oh, fantastic. I think some great learnings from what notes I've been able to make from this particular conversation is that one is the benchmarking, one is having a correct level of standards and specifications, which are shared with all the stakeholders to ensure that the sustainable business model is maintained. And like you rightfully said, a lot of hotel owners and hospitality venues open a place thinking that they will have high standards, but the standards slip because of various reasons. It could be because of cost cutting, it could be because of not training the staff enough. So keeping all these things in mind, I believe is a good pointer to us, to all of us, to say that these standards are very critical and important, and they need to be shared, and people need to be trained on that. Thank you, Chef Arora. Our next question would go to Chef Kupin from Mauritius. Thank you very much, Chef, for joining us. It's a pleasure to always welcome people from Mauritius. I don't know if you know that I used to be working in Mauritius also. I used to head the hotel school with Apavu Hotels. That was close to 20 years back, and I was executive chef at Ombre, and then we opened Indian Resort much later on. Chef Jugesh has given us some good insight into critical business models, and by the way, congratulations on excellent dance move. I mean, I know that Indian songs and movies are very well known in Mauritius. I mean, a lot of films are in fact shot in Mauritius.
Yes, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So tell us, when people see your moves in Mauritius, are they impressed? Do you show this film or this video to a lot of people and a lot of your staff?
Yes, we share it everywhere possible. So it was lots of hotel group use this model to create something very. It's really motivation. It has been a model even in Mauritius. Very well appreciated.
Did you get any calls from Bollywood or Hollywood after this particular video?
No, not eventually. I'm still waiting.
So I know that you train the young chefs of Mauritius for a number of years. In fact, I remember Shadrani, and even before that, were you with the Beachcomber group, isn't it? And
I spent 28 years in the Beachcomber group.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself, chef, for everybody's this thing. So that'll be awesome.
So Morgan Cooper started 28 years back in the Beachcomber group at the age of 18. Passionate, wanted to discover the world, to discover everything. So when my superior have seen all this motivation, they have really invest on me. I traveled in many countries, doing training everywhere possible. In all area in Asia, in Europe, in all continent, and have continued my passion to continue investing and try to develop, to think kitchen in another way. We chef, we are a great consumer of utility in the hotel. So I have mixed all these things, how we can work on it, and as a chef, how we can reduce it. Morgan Cooper is father of 2 children. My son is going directly in the same direction.
Awesome.
He's leaving this month after his bachelor in gastronomy. He's leaving for US.
Well done.
He spent 1 year in US, and my daughter has still 1 more year to go. She is in marketing, not in kitchen, but in hospitality again.
Sure.
Now I'm lucky. I live in Chandani, so all my family live in the hotel where I work, so they can live as a guest all the time. I've been in 3 different hotels in the group. I started at Le Mauritius, then I spent 28 years at Le Canonnier, and just before the confinement, so in March 2019, I just joined Le Chandani in a different. I always work in the north. Now I'm in the south. So different kind of people, different way of approach, everything is quite different. I'm also learning. We invest, I was always believe in training, because I'm in this position today because my superior have invested on me. I've get the opportunity to see how training have make me grow in the industry. So with this passion, I continue to share it with all my staff, with members of the association, and even for the country in a different way. Today, before we learn only how we cook. Okay, that's very important. It's a big part of our job, but it's not enough. Today, I believe more in product knowledge. So know all your ingredients that you are using in your cooking. Use more seasonal product, use more local product. So to be really sustainable and have a better taste, you can make your guests live an experience. You will share with them the experience that they are living while visiting Mauritius. We don't want to share a European experience in Mauritius. Mauritian food is based on Asian, mainly India, a little bit of Europe, little bit of Africa, and a little bit of China. It's more than 50% India. So we have built our kitchen on it, using all our local ingredients adapted to it. As I said before, we are a great consumer of electricity, gas, and water. So how to plan your cooking to reduce all these utilities. You know how much a dish will cost you in terms of electricity. How to work with my bakery team to make a plan. When they will cook the bread, so the guest is having a good bread cooked when they need it, and not overproduction, not to make waste. So it's still reduce all the wastage we have done before the COVID. The COVID have made chefs think a lot. We have get many time to think again on our job, how we can do our job in a different way. Minimize food waste, minimize energy, and give our guests a better food. So these are the technique of training that I'm invest actually on all our staff and members of the association.
That's fantastic, Chef Kupan. I mean, I would just like to bring it all together. You've given us a lot of insight. So your area is more around waste management and also ensuring the production is on time production, so that we don't have to worry about reheating and we do not overproduce. And you also made a very significant point about being local. When tourists are coming into Mauritius, they're coming to experience Mauritius, not necessarily to experience Europe. So why would you not use local ingredients and local expertise to make the dishes to ensure that sustainable practices are followed? Fantastic. Thank you, Chef Kupan. I'll be coming back to you a little bit shortly. Chef Varun, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself first before we go ahead? Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. This is Chef Varun. Thank you so much, all the chefs, for giving this opportunity to me. And I think with the experience of 15 years in the industry, I started my career with the Leela Hotels in 2007. And I was just 18, 19, as we all chefs have started our career with passion. But what was more important after certain period of time, the thing is I'm a vegetarian. So for me, totally into kitchens, coming from a Radha Swami background was a bit difficult. But I was working, I started with the Leela MD in Gurgaon as a pre-opening staff. And we started as a trainee to a certain level of a kitchen executive. But one thing which I really understood was there's a big gap between the kitchen equipments which are being allocated in the hotel and the user. So I just saw a movie called Three Idiots in 2010, and it was just a change over that. Why can't I change myself from a hardcore kitchen into kitchen designing, planning, and execution? And we started our career with the Electrolux, followed with Rational, then MKN, worked for Nestle. So over a career of around 15 years. And in 2018, I started my own company called Innovative Chef Space Solutions, where we do design kitchens in a sustainable way. And there was a big prototype which we have just started for Indian Railways when it comes to giving solutions for the meals. So from my aim was always to take out problems from the industry and try to solve in certain way or other. And whatever I have seen in the personal life when it comes to kitchens or movement of kitchens, this started in 2019. We were doing a catering event in Calcutta. So the catering guy took 5 days to install the kitchen, and then another 5 days after the event to uninstall the kitchen. And he spent around 60 lakh rupees Indian for doing that event. And then I got the idea of doing the shipping container. So we got the shipping containers from an old garage, bought them, reconstituted the whole kitchen design to it. And today we have got the successful. So in this last whole week, we have got the patent approved from the government of India for the same. And we are also launching this for a very global form where these mobile kitchens can be actually installed in less than 30 days from the day of scratch and can be assembled and deassembled within hours. So we're going very well. I would love to show that video if you allow Rajiv sir to.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic time to show that video. And a little bit about that video. I mean, I saw it on, I think 3 weeks back on Facebook. And that's the time when Chef Arora said that we want to do some kind of a panel discussion. And then I told him I would like to get Varun because, he's already doing something, practicing something which is so important at this stage of hospitality. And it'll be fantastic to see that.
So as soon as this video gone live, we got the call from Taj Flight Kitchens, Bangalore, to give this ideation and conceptualization, followed by BCCI, and yesterday followed by Indian Railways, Ahmedabad. So it's going crazy, and I think we are going to focus on this more because this is the solution which all the chefs were required to get a kitchen on the mobile version in India. Can the admin team do it, or I will do this screen sharing? I'll do that, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
So here is the video.
Welcome to a new way to produce large quantities of high quality food.
This is our world-class mega kitchen.
Our kitchens are state-of-the-art. We use the latest equipment and food-safe practices. Our custom-designed facilities can produce from 2,500 to 25,000 meals per day.
Our primary objective is automating food production for consistency and quality control.
Food is transported in insulated camera boxes. Multiple menus can be prepared from various cuisines.
All our processes are SOP controlled, right from sourcing till delivery.
From facility design and build-out to bulk food production, we do it all.
So this was the ideation, and we can actually track even the food ingredients where they are sourced from with the scan code. So every meal which will go to the consumer, he can put a scan code like a Paytm and can actually trace the whole food, where it is produced, where it is coming from, the grating system here, the mobility, the oil separation, all the things are taken into account in a sustainable way so that tomorrow FSSAI or the licenses have no issues when it comes to ideation of a prototype into a global model of mobile kitchens. So doing my well, sir, all your wishes and trying our best to grow it.
No, well done. I think it's a great example of how chefs can think out of the box and not only contribute in dancing and creating great food, but also coming up with solutions which are long lasting and look at the holistic picture of running a well-established kitchen. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chef.
Chef Meglani, we'd like to come to you, and would you like to tell all of us a little bit about yourself? I know there's nothing little about you, but whatever you can do in next 3-4 minutes, that'll be fantastic.
Thank you, everyone. I think what an esteemed panel to be a part of. I thank you, Chef Gulshan. You have mentored me from when I started my career, and nothing has changed in the last 30 years. So I'm very grateful to you. Chef Varun, lovely to see what you're doing. I think it's very innovative. Chef Jugesh, of course, an ex-colleague from Oberoi's. Chef Ashish Bhasin, no more a chef, but very proud of his achievements and what he's done with one of the finest hotel groups. And I think when I was listening to Chef Jugesh talk about Oberoi hotels, what was crossing my mind was also how Leela is now catching up, and how they are doing exceedingly well in the same hospitality space. And Chef Coupon, lovely to connect with you. I spent some time at Le Tusserok in Mauritius, and I think it was one of the finest times of my career. So, Chef, I started my career with Oberoi Hotels and had a good stint of about 15 odd years with them. And then I moved to a hotel called Madina Jumeirah in Dubai, which was, I think, a huge change, a paradigm shift, a huge amount of learning. I don't think I was prepared for it. 36 outlets, 700 chefs, 97 nationalities, and chef de cuisines that had no less than cat's whiskers. So it was a great it was a great change that I had done, and I think that was one of the turning points of my career, where I learned. And when we can talk about sustainability going ahead, then I'll share the global aspects of how a French chef de cuisine looks at food cost vis-a-vis how we Indians look at it in terms of managing sustainable kitchens. Post which I was an executive chef with Accor Hotels in Dubai. And then I went to IIM Ahmedabad, did a residential program called the MDP program with some fellow ITC GMs, some others from the industry. And then I started my firm called HRM Solutions. We are now in about 4 countries recruiting for luxury hospitality. Yeah. So that's been the journey so far, and going very well. Very blessed to have a great team and a great set of professionals to recruit for. So excellent. Gratitude is what I live by.
Excellent. No, what a great terminology, gratitude. I think all of us are in gratitude for being here together in a forum like this, despite COVID. I think that's important. A quick follow-on question from what you're doing now in terms of recruitment. Do you find that a lot of ways now how we interview and how we recruit chefs and personnels for hospitality, is there still kind of a little bit of questioning or recruitment practices around sustainability, or has it changed to what it used to be, let's say 4 or 5 years back? Is there more awareness around these issues, and is that covered during the interviewing cycle?
Chef, I think for any chef, ultimately, everything is good, but what's on the plate matters the most. And I think that has not changed, and I don't think that will change. I think even if we are, for example, we are hiring a Greek executive chef for a luxury 5-star hotel in Dubai, and come what may, I mean, he may talk very well, he may be a great communicator, but if he can't cook and he can't be a good, he can't come fly down and do a cook-off, I think there's nothing. Yeah, so I think that is the most important part of being a chef. And then, of course, administration is important. So like you say, are these things covered? Yes. How does this individual look at managing food cost, and how do they look at optimizing it instead of reducing it? How do they look at managing it without cutting corners? And how do they be a part of a larger fraternity where they are going to be in the middle of a lot of cultures? How do they adapt to something like that? So I think these are some of the key parameters that we look at whilst we hire chefs. But what's most important is their passion, and is their passion for cooking and for what they do as their profession.
Sure. No, thank you, Chef Miglani. Chef Basit, hi.
Yes, Chef.
Hi. Thanks for waiting. Thanks for your patience, and fantastic career. Congratulations once again for being one of the top working in top hotel in Delhi, and also getting promotion to be culinary head as well as F&B head, sir. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your career, sir? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chef. First of all, it's an honor to be in this panel with you, Chef Arora, Chef Samir. Varun is a good friend, so it's very comfortable, as well as honoring for me to be a part of this panel. Now, quickly telling you about my career. So I'm a pass out of IHM Pusa. I passed out in 98. And I started with Taj Group first couple of years with Taj Palace. I was an OT work for their coffee shop, which was Isfahan, then moved to banquets, then did Orient Express. And then when they were renovating Cafe Fontana, so I was called back in the opening team. So that was a great learning experience during the initial stage to be a part of opening team. And because of that exposure, I was transferred to Taj Mansingh for the reopening of Machan. So I got an opportunity to be part of reopening of Machan with a great chef, Chef Parry. Unfortunately, he's no more, Chef Parmeshwar Narayan, but one of my favorite chefs. I learned a lot from him. And then in 2002 December, I got an opportunity to join Oberoi Group. And there I was handling coffee shop called Pumps. I was hired for an opening of 360, which got delayed, and then moved on to continue with Palms for a while. Then did a little research in the Southeast Asian countries, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, conceptualized with the help of Chef Michel Bales. He's a Michelin star from Belgium, and we opened 360. After that, I got my first independent charge in 2006, which was Trident Udaipur. Then I moved to Rajvilas, and I was the first Indian to head the kitchen of Rajvilas. Then got an opportunity overseas with Oberoi at Salashish on the Red Sea, which was amazing. Love the country, love the history, love the ingredients, and great scope I got there. Then I moved back in the country at Mumbai at Trident Bandra Kurla, and I was there for close to 4 years. And then got an opportunity with Leela. Now, Leela, this one is huge in banquets, and my exposure with banquets was very limited. Oberoi Hotels, like Chef Yogesh mentioned, great company, great quality, but the banquet is not their forte. When I say banquet, it's not the quality, it's the volume, I'm saying. And to be a holistic, complete 360 chef, I think that weapon was missing in my armory. So I thought of taking this opportunity. So 2018, my 16-year stint with the Oberoi came to an end, and I joined here. And from there onwards, I'm continuing learning a lot. In between, I was also supporting Leela Palace Chanakyapuri for about 7-8 months. So great opportunity Leela provided me. And now is the new role of also taking care of service. So overall, I'm loving it. It's a fun tenure till now. Moved a lot, changed a lot of hotels, not changed the company, but hotels gave me an opportunity by transferring me to different units.
Yeah.
So my life was never monotonous, I would say that.
Yeah, no, fantastic journey, Chef, you have had. Now, obviously now heading F&B as well as being a chef, do you think this position allows you to have a bigger say or more say on how to be more sustainable for any hotel?
Bigger, I will not, but yes, because you have a bigger team, you kitchen and service both are with you, so you have a bigger platform, you understand both the sides. When you are a chef, you only think from the kitchen point of view. When you're a service, you only think from a service. But now I can see a holistic F&B approach. You have to weigh both the sides. You have to weigh the pros and cons of either side. And sustainability is not just a word. I think it's the way forward. Sustainability is about the ingredient, environment. Yes, undoubtedly. When you go locally, you support all these causes. Plus, yes, you save on the cost because the local ingredients are way cheaper. At the same time, you're supporting the farmers who become your friends, who in turn start supporting you. And then in today's time, the sustainability word has changed. I think the sustainable, more than anything, it's business. When hotels and restaurants are shutting down left, right, and center, the word sustainable is also how you sustain this time and come out with flying colors. So I think it's overall has given me a better positioning and a better seat where I can support and take decision and help the overall cause.
Sure, absolutely. And how do you decide when taking a decision whether to procure new equipment or whether to change a theme of a restaurant? What are some of the parameters you keep in mind when doing that to ensure that it's a sustainable idea which can make money, but also have a good kind of a blend with rest of the restaurants which you might be having in that particular unit?
Absolutely. So, Chef, everything has a shelf life. So when you have to take a call, you also need to see that how long it's been there. What is the business scenario? The moment you see the business is going down, you take a call that it's momentary or the product has stayed its life. So in that case, if it's the deterioration in the product, it stayed its life, then you need to change it. So when it comes to equipments, it's again value for money. The amount of money you have to spend in replacing the product versus maintaining a product. What will be the shelf life after you repair it, or what will be the life? So those are the financial decisions. Engineering and accounts do help us. Coming to the restaurant themes, restaurant concepts, on the similar lines, a little bit different, where you see what is required by the guest. I spend a decent amount of time on social media. I try to analyze customers' behavior there. Where are people moving to? Is it just a fad, or it's a trend? If it's a start of a trend, it's advisable to start so that you swing up with the trend. But if it's a fad, then changing the huge concept doesn't make sense. Then tweaking a menu makes sense. If the trend has reached its peak, then again, it doesn't make sense entering in that trend, because by the time you invest and you start looking for the return, you're already on a downfall. So, and of course, last but not the least, it's very important to take the entire team buy-in. Once you have a buy-in, then team never stops. They ensure we succeed. And then success is just a matter of time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you. Very well worded. Very well put. Thank you, Chef Bhasin. I'd like to come back to Chef Arora. When starting from La Rochelle, and you have also obviously La Rotisserie, and then Cafe Royal, and now you also are setting up a bus or a double-decker in Chennai, which has a lot of obviously nostalgic time from Bombay, which you're reliving, I believe. Tell us a little bit about this project.
No, actually what happened, in Chennai, you don't get good street food, especially the street food which the Mumbai people enjoy. So what I thought, let's go ahead with something which the Chennai people are missing. For example, something like vada pav and bhel puri or same puris are even not up to that mark what we get in Mumbai. So we thought, let's come up with a brand called Mumbai Chai Wala. So that then we thought, let's come up with the idea where we can serve the Mumbai street food. It's not only Chennai. We want to build this brand and take it internationally, where the other countries or other cities or other people will start liking the food which we serve in Mumbai. So that was the main concept, and we thought, okay, now how to relate it to Bombay. So then we thought, okay, in Chennai there are not many double-decker buses. They faded out, I think 10, 12 years ago. So we thought, let's place a bus outside one mall and create something, where people will like to relate the bus with Bombay. We're trying to build a bus which is from British era, not the latest one. So it is taking a lot of time for us to develop that bus, because the parts and the shape and other things are not very easy to get. The bus is ready almost, but then the shape and other things we are still working, and that bus is without engine, because we don't want to get into RTO and other things where otherwise if you have engine in the bus, then every year you need to renew your RTO and other things. So the kitchen is in the ground floor, and upper deck we have air-conditioned dining area. And even outside the mall, we have set it up few tables where the guest can enjoy the street food of Mumbai. And it's called Mumbai Chai Wala, but it's not only chai. It's the entire, your vada pav, your pav bhaji, your dabeli, your sev puri, bhel puri, the other things of Bombay. And it's vegetarian brand as of now.
No, fantastic. Thank you, Chef. Best of luck with this project. Now,
thank you.
Obviously, there must have been a lot of due diligence done to ensure that this is a sustainable business model. And one of the important aspect, like you said, you've kept in mind that there's no engine, because you don't want to get into those nitty-gritties of, so small tips like this.
Correct.
What else did you do to ensure that it remains current and fresh and sustainable?
No, the main thing is the ingredients. The ingredients are very important when you talk about Bombay Vada Pav. For example, you don't get that quality of pav in any other city, but you get in Mumbai or Goa.
Yeah.
So we are hiring chefs from Bombay who will come and just make pavs for us, for example. And the ingredients also. For example, sev puri. When you call a sev puri, you get puri. You can make puris, but the nylon sev which you get from Bombay, you cannot make it in Chennai. The water and the climate also, I think, makes a lot of difference. For example, my wife has a restaurant called The Kitchen by Chef Deepa, where we try to get food from Amritsar because it's a Amritsari cuisine. You won't believe the word is the papad, the other ingredients. Every month we order in at Amritsar. There, so ingredient. If you don't use right type of ingredient, it's very difficult to sustain in market. You can make certain dishes, but if you require a particular right kind of taste, you require right ingredients for those things and right staff, as I said.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So authenticity, you would do anything for being authentic, isn't it? I think that's what the customer
100%.
is looking for these days, despite the fact that we have to fly ingredients in and but this is life, right?
Certain thing. You won't believe, once we did a festival, Amritsari festival in Oberoi, Bombay. I still remember, even water we got it from Amritsar.
Really?
I still remember the water cans were kept in Frontier Mail, and the next day we picked up from railway station Bombay Center, because water makes a lot of difference. Bombay water and Amritsar water is different.
Yeah.
So we got chanas from there. We even got water from there. So the taste differs 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Chef Kupan, so when you are now treating or you're training young chefs, is there a lot of talk or conversation or debate about what to present in these competitions, and to ensure that sustainability is kept at paramount? Like earlier, I remember when we were preparing for Olympiads or in Germany, we didn't care about the cost. We could get it from any part of the world. But recently, I was reading about Singapore team, and they have ensured that whatever they use is locally produced. Is the similar conversation happening in Mauritius also now?
Yes, in any preparation of a team, be simple is the main thing we always talk. Be simple, and we always make a lot of emphasis that we always celebrate all great events of our life around a good food. And to prepare a good food, we use a fresh seasonal local ingredient, cooked with the right techniques, using the right equipment, keeping all nutritional values and having a great taste. So we develop all competition with this meaning. I develop it. I don't, maybe it's wrong, but I use this to build all the training that we need to prepare the competition. And the same thing that be local, remain with all our local ingredients. Now it's in all competition. We talk about wastage. We call about costing. If you enter a competition using all high value ingredient, I'm not sure you're going to win the competition, because you will lose a lot of marks on it. It's already. We talk about from farm to table when preparing a competition. So the ingredient we will choose to prepare the plate. So from farm to the plate. So what all the steps, where it will go, know the juries or your consumer. It's a competition, know your juries. If it will be on a table, know your consumer. What equipment you will use, which is the right equipment, that you will develop the right techniques in it. If you will go sous vide, you will go slow cooking, you will go any technique you will choose for your preparation. Any conservative method you will apply to this plate, to this recipe. Using conservative, it doesn't mean that you will keep it long, but you will use seasonal, how you can have it for all year round. That's also very important. all technique you will use. We emphasize a lot actually on it, Mauritius. I've get the opportunity to train many group of many agro industry on the conservation method, how they can keep all fruits and vegetables actually. We will talk about the production plant. We will talk about organic food, and mainly actually we are working with farmers. We are working with fishermen. How we can regroup them in a like a cooperative way that we ensure that we hotel we buy all their production and to prepare to cultivate what we need. Don't over cultivate. We give them a planning. We give them, not everybody cultivate the same tomato. No, you will cultivate tomato, this one will zucchini, this one. So everybody can live from it. So I'm actually the MCA, the Mauritian Chef Association, is have given the opportunity with the government to try to bring the farmers and planters with this kind of project. And this is, we have developed competition on it. Even in COVID, we have done a online competition trying to push our members to use local fish, local vegetable, and to modernize it. Not keep it traditional. We want to bring it to the hotel. We want the guests to taste the food, so bring it, modernize it, but keep all taste that we want. The main thing, as one chef said before, the taste is very important. The nutritional fact is very important. The right cooking way is very important. The equipment, and now when we talk about sustainability in it, so we from all these things, we will produce less carbon, we will use less energy, and all this we will have it. We will have it with the right training that we will use, and also never forget the welfare of our staff is very important.
Absolutely. No, fantastic. I really like this idea. I know that VAX is already working on parameters of judging, wherein they have now giving marks for using local ingredients and sustainable practices. But what I like is that Mauritian Chef Association is in fact guiding the farmers as to what should be produced and what they will be using. It's a fantastic cooperation. And I think it's great for the industry as well as for sustainable practices and for the farmers.
Yes.
I think a lot of learning for us, especially in India. I don't think we take that role very seriously of guiding the farmers. It's fantastic. Thank you, Chef Kupan, for sharing that. Chef Bajaj, I'd like to come back to you. And I know that you showed us that beautiful clip earlier. And there is also a lot of these machines which we are getting now in the kitchen, which are in fact cutting down on the use of power, because they have a mechanism in place and which allows us to, ensure that the cooking is not extended and it auto shut off. And what are some more of these practices or new developments which have happened in the machinery stage in kitchen equipment?
Rajiv Chef, the things are changing with a lightning speed. I would say every day there is a new change which is happening to the technology. And what is happening is a lot of these companies are actually going back to the chefs and notifying their processes. So now all these machines can be actually software updated. So first thing is you don't need to replace your machines very frequently. You have one fixed investment, which you have done it on a combi steamer or a blast chiller. You can just update the software. You can connect it to your phone. Even sitting at your house or your office, you can track the usage. And what is now happening, added advantage is called kitchen management system. So the whole kitchen equipments are controlled with a PCB format on a laptop. So as we all are discussing, chef is not just about ingredients. Chef is not just about notifying what ingredients will go, what recipes will go, but also the costing and the management of the kitchen. So when it comes to management of the kitchen, he is keeping an eye with the kitchen management software that which equipments are used for how many hours, what is their average maintenance cost, what are the problems being faced, and how much hours the machine is used. For example, I'll give you an example of a combi oven. Now, chefs are just utilizing it for steaming, grilling, but it's a Mercedes which is being just used at a speed of 20 or a 30. But you can also peel an onion in a combi steamer. You can blanch your vegetables, you can do gajar ka halwa, you can do your biryanis. And what is changing is the whole QSR format today, whether it is the Masala Story, Biryani by Kilo, you name the brand, they all are utilizing the combi steamer to its optimal level of maximizing the efficiency. I was 2 days back in one of the QSR called Kulcha. So they were actually having a combi steamer, and they called me up, chef, we are not able to, every time we are going in a la carte menu, we are changing the recipe. So agar we are just getting one piece of a order, still the machine is used. But if we get 6 piece order, the order got delays. So there is an option of called multi-level cooking, where you can do multiple cooking of your kulchas at a different temperature zones with the timing. I did it, and yesterday night I got a message from the chef that you saved our 40% of the timing in the kitchen. So it's just about utilizing the equipment to the optimal level. And my passion and my, I would say, aim in the industry is changing the way India cooks. So I'm actually loving what I can do. My contribution to the chef industry is the equipments which are provided to them should be used to the optimal level, and the proper training should be given to each and every chef to utilize to the best.
Oh, fantastic, Chef Bajaj. And I remember you had spent some time with our students, and it was all very surprising for us that you're able to peel onions. I mean, I didn't know that in a combi oven.
In just a minute. 1 minute, you can peel 40-50 kg onions at one go.
Fantastic.
And with a shelf life of 30 days.
And also it reduces the cost, and also it's very efficient way of
very true.
Doing it. Yeah, thank you. Chef Miglani, we have very little time. Please give us your thoughts on what else should we be doing to have a business which is sustainable.
So, Chef, I think first and foremost, what happens is that when a chef comes on board, and I talk Dubai, for example, they are very passionate. They come from some of the best Michelin star backgrounds, and what's very important to them, like a couple of chefs mentioned here, is the ingredients. So I mean, the question is that when they start, and one is competing against the other on what revenue they did end of the day, how many covers did they do, what was the write-up and timeout, they try to obviously outdo each other. And one of the most important things for them is to use the same ingredient what they were using back in Europe. So do we get oysters from Brittany, or Oman oysters can also work? Do we fly in line caught sea bass from Normandy, or do we use local hamur? So I think this was a big. The first year it took us, we started with a food cost of almost about 62% in pre-opening, and I think it took a lot of time to kind of change the thought process amongst the chefs, that you can still cook, like Chef Coupon says, with local food. And the haddock or the John Dory may not be what it is. I mean, what you get in the south of France, but it does not take away from the dish itself. So I think that, and then the creativity, I think the creativity, the way you use that ingredient on the plate, and, who better than you, chef, who created such signature dishes that from 2000 in Wildflower Hall, they are still on the menu. And we are talking 21, So, your creamy onion soup with apple chips did not need any expensive ingredient. It needed local, excellent apples from Himachal, and it needed a fantastic soup, for that matter. So I think that is where I think the process of sustainability comes in, and that is a lot about training, changing the mindset, and making them believe that ultimately we are a business. That's very key.
So much. I know that time is up, and I can see Mr. Agarwal looking at his watch now and telling us. Thank you, Chef Basin, Chef Arora, Chef Bajaj, Chef Miglani, and Mr. Kupin. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much for being with me on this particular panel. The time is short, and I think we should be getting back again and speak to our students also as to what makes us successful and take in a sustainable manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chef. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot to all our esteemed speakers, Chef Jugesh, Mr. Samir, Chef Varun, Chef Ashish, Chef Murugan, and Professor Raju for joining us today. As it's rightly said, food is romantic soul. It's about putting everything in your heart on into the plate, hoping it's perceived well. Honestly, it's about passion, it's about love. And inside the kitchen, everyone helps everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today here. And all our visitors and attendees must have a very insightful session. Have a nice day. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.